So guys, today I woke up and I decided to revisit a map that I haven't visited in the last like 20 years. Well, it really feels like 20 years, but it's actually been like a year. As you can see, today we're out here on Yukon Valley, and the reason why I decided to revisit this map is simply because we are still missing a melanistic grizzly bear. I've never had the luck to get a melanistic grizzly bear, so our goal today will be to try to kill as many of these bears as possible. Hopefully we'll have some luck. Now guys, when it comes to the weapons we're gonna be using on today's hunt, first of all we have the Kurman 50 inline, which is actually a muzzle-loaded rifle, very cool weapon. We also have the Valgarta 375, mainly for the grizzlies and the moose. We also have the Frost 257 for the foxes, the crossbow, in case we happen to come across something special like a diamond or a rare, and of course the 22 Baran, just in case we happen to spot something like a level 3 Harlequin. So we're gonna start by shooting some bears right here, on one of my favorite locations. There's a max sesame level 7 right there, very decent start. That is not a common sight, let me tell you. There's also a caribou, and as I mentioned, this is one of my favorite locations to hunt the grizzly bears, right here, this part of the river. Unfortunately, my Yukon Valley map isn't completely unlocked, essentially because I restarted my game like 5 months ago. So yeah guys, we're also gonna be unlocking some outposts and some watchtowers. You aren't gonna see it on the video, but I'll definitely do it in the meantime. But for the moment, we're gonna start by shooting that level 7 definitely. Let's use the 375. Let's hear for 150. Can we hit the heart? Well, the angle isn't great now, but we can go for the long. Or maybe even the heart. Never mind. That should drop it. Yep, he's going down. We are also gonna be paying attention to both the caribous and the harlequin dogs. This area is full of those species, there could be diamond of those. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, we also haven't gotten a melanistic caribou, so that is another thing to look for. Why not shoot that caribou right there as well? Let's use the muzzle loader this time. I'ma try to hit the heart on this one. And guys, I haven't used this weapon in, I think since it came out. I tested it like 1 week and then I completely abandoned it. But I believe it's a cool weapon. Look, pretty nice hit, he's going down very quickly. Not too bad. The advantage of this one against the other muzzle loader is the reload animation. It is still slow, but definitely way quicker. Well, maybe not that much quicker. Still quicker, I believe. Still taking a while. Never mind guys, forget about it. It's just as slow. Yeah, this thing is just as slow. That caribou managed to escape. Almost managed to escape. That was a perfect hit. And there's another grizzly bear there, which is just a female, so it doesn't matter. We are gonna start by claiming this level 7 grizzly, which has a score of 64 exactly. The diamond score is 66.94. Not too bad. Was close from being a level 8, I'm pretty sure. As for this caribou, which is the second we shot, I'm pretty sure we hit the heart. No, it was just a double long, look. So a double long with this muzzle loader is enough to drop him on the spot. Really good performance. I mean, with such a slow reload animation and having only one shot, the performance better be good. Here we have this other caribou, which was actually the brother of the other one. This one also died with a double long right there. We wanted to hit hard on this one, and look at how close that was. It would have been so nice to drop it on the spot just as the other one. I wanna try with some of those as well. There's a level 3, 190 meters out, and I'm seeing a couple more grizzlies. That is a level 4 and a level 1 female. So look at this. We're gonna shoot the caribou first. Let's just use the 375 because that thing is gonna take a while to reload. Caribou first. And then, we're gonna zero for 300. We'll take a shot at that grizzly. Was that a good hit? I went for the heart, but apparently we missed it entirely. Damn, we can reload right here. As you can see, the reload animation is way quicker on this rifle. He stopped moving for some reason. Huge mistake. He's gonna die. Why in the world is that female grizzly not fleeing? She's alert. Let's shoot her here. Look, I'ma use the iron sights on this one. She thinks she's brave, but it's actually just stupid. The only one that truly matters though is this level 4 grizzly, with a score of 57.22. We posted because we hit a skull on the first shot. I went for a heart, but that couldn't have been farther from hitting the heart. And the second shot was a single long right there. I'm surprised it didn't even penetrate enough to hit a double long. Never mind. Way better accuracy on this second Grizzly, at a much shorter distance, and of course she was just a female. Why was that not a hard shot? Damn. Almost a heart on that shot, look. We're gonna continue our caribou extermination right there. Couple level 3s. Unfortunately, we're only gonna be able to shoot one because this rifle sucks. Let's hit it for 150. At least let's hit a heart. That wasn't a hard shot, unfortunately. That one is bigger over there. Look. Level 4, okay. Ooh, level 5. There's a level 5. Hey, troll though. That is unfortunate. 480 top estimate, 401 bottom. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna score very close to the bottom because that rack has absolutely no chance. I am very familiar with the diamond racks for both the caribou and the reindeer, and yeah guys, that guy has zero chance to make it, unfortunately. We can go for the hard shot because he's completely head on. So let's use this muzzle loader once again. And as soon as he lifts his head, we'll go for a shot. I think we botched it, eh? I think I totally botched it on purpose, guys. Like, don't believe I was trying to hit the heart and then I botched the shot. That's not what happened. We crashed! Are you kidding me? Damn. Well, we can still look for the same server, but that is unfortunate. Well guys, I'm looking at the sessions here, and from what I can see, the session just disappeared. Unfortunately, none of these sessions is at the Grizzly Bear drink time, so what we're gonna do instead is that we're gonna go to single player and we'll hunt our Grizzly Bear population on our own map. Something different this time. We're gonna set the time to 6 in the morning, and we're gonna go again to some of my favorite locations. It is honestly a shame that we couldn't go claim the troll caribou. Not that I wanted to claim it after completely messing up the shot, but still, would have been nice to start the hunt with a level 5. Level 3 and level 2 right here, but we're gonna focus on killing the level 2 this time, because maybe shooting the babies will cause the big ones to appear. Let's use the muzzle loader once again, and please, let's hit the heart this time. That was not a hard shot. We aren't hitting the heart, guys. You know, I am trying to aim right at the top of the leg, but I guess that is the wrong place. Hold up. Did the level 3 not flee? It is still there, it's still drinking. Okay. Another easy target. Did we just push it? I think we did, guys. No way. We are certainly not having the best start. This was not a hard shot. Incredibly close from being one though. Look at that. That should have clipped the top of it, to be honest. Damn. The shot on the second caribou though. Really poor accuracy. No excuses on this one, it was a barrel. Single long. And again, it was heading directly towards the top of the heart. We just have to aim lower. Lack penetration though. That's lame. Now over on that pond, there's another caribou herd, and there's a level 3 grizzly that believes he's a caribou. We're gonna try to focus on the grizzly this time. Let's zero for 150. Is he gonna stand up? I don't think he will. And he definitely won't be able to stand up after that shot. That was a hard shot finally. More grizzlies over there. Level 2 female, level 2 female, level 2 female, 3 level 2 females. Where are the males? There's also a level 4 caribou. I'ma shoot all the females, why not? Let's zero for 300. We have 4 shots. So let's start with that one. That was probably a double long. They are standing up. Never mind, guys. Yeah, the fact they stand up so quickly makes it hard to shoot multiple of them at the same time. This right here may not look like something special, but it is the best shot of the hunt. Finally hard shot. Barely hard shot though. Look, we clipped it right there. Now guys, I was just thinking, since we're right here on single player, we actually have the chance to try the new feeders on these bears. I've never tried the new feeders here on Yukon Valley. I have no idea if they are able to attract the bears, but I believe they should. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna head over to this outpost right here, and then I'm gonna start working my way towards this other lake. I was gonna say outpost, but we still cannot use this outpost. So we're gonna go to this lake, we're gonna place a tent next to it, and we're also gonna set up some feeders. And by the way guys, the reason why I'm choosing this lake is because it is fantastic for grizzly bears. One of the best spots. Alright guys, so from what I'm seeing, the only feeder that is able to attract these grizzly bears is the scent tube feeder. This feeder right here. The only problem though is that the grizzly bears only feed at night. They have two different feed times, one of them runs from 2000 to midnight and the second from midnight to 400. So we'll be forced to hunt these grizzlies at night if our plan is to use the feeders. Look, the scented meat scraps. This is the bait that attracts the grizzlies, as you can see here. We're gonna buy it, and now we should be ready to go. We just gotta set the time to one of their feed times and we should be able to spot some grizzlies here. I decided to place the feeder right here. This area is loaded. And I may place a second close to this lake as well, because again, this is another fantastic lake to hunt this species. Ooh, look at that. Some grizzlies hitting on the feeder. Maybe not as many as I was expecting, but it's still 3 grizzlies. Not too bad. We're gonna shoot a level 4. Look. That is gonna be 2 kills. They are both gonna go down. So yeah, I was definitely expecting to see more grizzlies, but who knows, maybe the rest of them haven't arrived just yet. You know, could be a good idea to place another feeder down here as well. We're gonna claim this one, it is a female, and here we have the level 4, 56.89, just a silver. Now we're gonna test a different location, just place the second feeder, and they should be down there. There are 3 grizzlies, again, level 4 and 2 females, same as on the last place. That is a completely different level 4 though, because the other one is dead. We're gonna shoot it. Not precisely happy with the results so far, I would say. I feel that if we were hunting the drink zones instead, especially on these 2 lakes, we would be spotting more grizzlies. You know, I also placed a third feeder on this lake, right next to a lake, so if this one doesn't deliver, I think we're gonna go back to the drink zones, guys, not gonna lie. I wanna think the feeders could be a great option for this species, but we're probably gonna have to put more effort on finding the right locations. And honestly, today I don't have enough time to find the optimal location for each feeder. So I think that for this hunt in particular, hunting the drink zones will be by far the best option. But as I said, we're gonna check this last feeder right here. Are you kidding me? Is there only one? Is there only one female next to a fox? 2 foxes. So yeah, unfortunately, the 3 feeders we placed didn't really deliver. Or at least didn't deliver more than the drink zones. So we're gonna shoot this bear just to feel like we didn't waste any time. Again, let's use the 375. And after we kill it, we'll go back to hunting the drink zones. She doesn't wanna leave her head. And that should have been a single lung at least. She's going down, let's go for the second shot. Perfect. I really don't wanna say using the feeders is not a good option to hunt these guys, because as I said, finding the optimal location can take a lot of trial and error. But once you find the optimal positions, the feeders really can work. It just takes time. Ooh, that is a huge bear, mythical. 67 top estimate. Damn. Now we're back at hunting the drink zones, and look at the difference. 3 bears already, right off the bat, including a huge mythical that I'm definitely gonna shoot. We're gonna make him go alert right here. Come on, buddy. He's already at 10 finally. And he's alert. Let's go for a shot. I wanna use iron sights, eh? Yeah, I wanna use iron sights on this guy. He's not turning around. Just go alert. He turned. He's alert. And that should be a good shot. He's definitely going down. Is the level 4 coming back? Or is that is a different bear, level 3? Damn. Second shot with the iron sights right here? Definitely possible. Oof, we almost hit him a second time. We might have hit it a second time actually, he went down. This is the huge mythical. Curious to see what it scores. 65.26, that is a big one. 582.6 kilograms. Huge mythical grizzly bear. Single long and liver right there. Ooh, hold up. Big caribou hair, that is a huge caribou right there, level 4. 2 level 4s. We haven't used the muzzle loader in a while. Honestly, I don't regret it, but we're gonna use it here. Double long. Gonna drop it real quick. I didn't see that grizzly down there. Damn, level 4. Okay. That was a hit. And we dropped it. Nice. Some nice accuracy right there, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It was a barrel, fortunately. The first shot wasn't, but the second was. And we hit the lumbar vertebrae on the first shot, and the skull and the brain on the second shot. Nice accuracy, I was saying, but we still botched it. Forget about it. Hold up a second. That grizzly is different, eh? He looks different, look at the fur. It is brown, but there's a fur type for the grizzly bears that is literally called brown, and that is rare. It used to be common, but now it's rare. And this one may be one of those browns. Not entirely sure, but he looks kinda different. There's something about it that looks... I see what the thing is. You see a fur on the female? The fur on the male is exactly the same as the fur on the female, and that shouldn't happen. That guy is actually brown. We are gonna shoot it right here just in case. I'm pretty sure it is different, guys. I have like 3 brown grizzly bears after they became rare, so they are far from being the rarest rare, but it's still very nice to see one of them. It is hard to put my finger on exactly what makes a brown grizzly different, but there's definitely something weird about them. Look, this is a female right here. It is a grey brown, and it should look exactly the same as the brown grizzly bear. I am 90% sure it is a brown. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not totally convinced. But as I said, there's something about it that if you are familiar with how the commons look, you are gonna be able to tell the difference. Let's see. And it is a brown, look. Brown grizzly bear, a rare. We're gonna tax it. 61.99, 494.67 kilos, gold medal, the first trophy of the hunt. And let's be completely honest, this guy is the worst looking rare ever. He looks like a common. Like the tone of the fur is different, but to be honest, this should be common. There's nothing rare about it. You know, I'm still gonna take a picture, but if I had to choose between an albino and a brown, I would honestly choose an albino over 100 browns, I'm not gonna lie. Finding a male grizzly bear, independently if it is a male or a female, will definitely be quite a challenge. Trophy grizzlies are very far from being common. We have a couple females right here, plus another one over there. So honestly guys, we're also gonna start shooting the females more often, because they could respawn as melanistics as well. That's easy. And that one just spooked, unfortunately. I think we're gonna hunt these guys on both single player and multiplayer. You know, multiplayer has the advantage that you can try fresh populations very often, while the advantage of single player is that of course you can use Tencent tripods to grind the species you wanna hunt. I'm personally not a massive fan of grinding for diamonds, but on this case, considering the grizzly bears can be quite easy to grind, I think I'm still gonna do it. Brother, I didn't see his herd. There is a level 4, well there are more over there, pretty small level 3, and there is also level 3. Why not try to conclude the hunt with a hard shot? That'd be cool. Let's see. That was a hard shot. Finally guys, finally some accuracy on a caribou. About time. Now let's just go crazy with the 375 right here and let's start blasting the females, why not? That was a bot shot. Should take her down. They are running this way. And that's all the bullets, damn. So yeah guys, that is gonna be it for today's hunt. I am surprised we actually managed to find a rare. Like a rare grizzly bear is crazy, even if it was just a brown. But yeah, our goal is to find a melanistic, and if we couldn't find it today, we're definitely gonna try another day. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.